You are watching Cold Fusion TV.
Hi, welcome to another Cold Fusion video. 10 years ago, the word fake would normally be associated with plastic surgery or cheap DVDs. But as the world moved more and more online, and anyone, anywhere, can create and publish a story or an image, we often have to ask, is this fake? In this episode, we'll take an interesting look at the rise of deepfakes. It's the kind of technology that could potentially save hundreds of thousands of dollars, but also has some real-world consequences. Let's dive in. But first, I just want to take a second to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, Audible. So I know most of you guys in the Northern Hemisphere are approaching the summer season. You'll be spending more time outdoors, at the beach, road tripping, whatever, but why not make the most of your summer days by consuming content at the same time? Audible is a great way to do that, with an unmatched range of books on every topic, including science and technology. Audible is offering you guys a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just head on to www.audible.com/coldfusion or text Cold Fusion to 500 500 and download a title for free. There used to be a popular saying, the camera never lies. However, even before Photoshop, this statement was put into question.
So when this picture was taken originally, it didn't have the Acme logo on it. It was put on digitally, and it can be removed just as easily. Drops of water can be put in the space left by the erased logo by simply picking up existing drops of water and duplicating them a few centimeters away. The potential for the system goes a lot further than that. Operators say they can take a group photograph, for instance, and rearrange the people's heads on different shoulders in such perfect detail it would be impossible to tell a change had been made. It makes you wonder. A picture may still be worth 1,000 words, but what about that old saying, the camera never lies?
Video, however, remains sacred. If you have someone on video, then you have the perfect backup for any quote, idea, or action that you want to attribute to that person. But this is all about to change thanks to the rise of deepfakes. So what are deepfakes? Deepfakes are altered videos, usually of famous people, produced by neural networks. It could be superimposing a face onto a body so it looks like they're doing something that they never did. Or you can take some speech and then alter the content, making the face movements match the new audio that you've put in. Even before deepfakes, you've probably seen the basic system at work. It's what powers those goofy Snapchat filters where you can have the googly eyes or the demon face. The tech behind this, face detection, is not exactly a new technology. Even old digital cameras had this feature. In 2001, Paul Viola and Michael Jones proposed a real-time face detection system, now known as the Viola-Jones Object Detection Framework. Basically, this framework allows machines to easily detect faces by using the differences in brightness between pixels. Today, we still use this basic premise, but there are many new steps that have been added. Together, they combine to create computer vision. The Viola-Jones part is used for high-level detection of the basic markers of a face, but Snapchat trained their system on many hundreds of faces that were manually marked with points to show the borders of lips, eyes, nose, and face. The trained application can then take a point mask and shift it to match your individual face, based on the data that it's getting from your camera at 24 frames per second. This is all so you can keep those dog ears in place, or do that face swap. Snapchat's technology was mostly built on the experience gained by a Ukrainian company, Luxury, in 2015, and it cost them $150 million to acquire. So in 3 short years, things have advanced rapidly. We know that film studios have been able to swap faces for years. Oliver Reed did it for some scenes in Gladiator, and a young Carrie Fisher appeared again in Star Wars Rogue One. But for these, the process is long and expensive. Here's how they did it for the Grand Moff Tarkin character in Star Wars.
The process we would take to create a shot like this. The first thing we do is we shoot the live action plate photography. This is with Guy Henry as our performer on set, and he's dressed in full costume. He has what we call a head-mounted camera rig, which is designed solely for capturing his facial performances.
Charm to the last.
This is the earliest test.
It's the first time we ever saw Guy's motion transferred onto Guy's model and then put onto Tarkin's an early likeness.
The problem is Cushing's performance and Henry's performance didn't always match. That required painstaking, sometimes frame-by-frame adjustments, constantly refining the most subtle details you can imagine.
This method took 18 months and would have cost a small fortune. and in just my opinion, the results are within the realm of a video game cutscene. Today though, free apps like FakeApp make CGI face mapping a simple tool that almost anyone can operate. To drive this point home, here's a side-by-side video comparison of Princess Leia in Rogue One. One sequence was painstakingly made at a cost likely in the hundreds of thousands with the use of an insanely expensive computer. The other one was done in 30 minutes by an average guy on an average computer for free. Yes, there's obviously differences, but honestly, are those differences worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? The previous scene was done with a program called FakeApp, and here's how it works. Say you want to swap the face of Lois Lane in the Superman film with the face of Nicolas Cage. The first step is to select your source video, then find a whole range of images of Amy Adams, who acted Lois Lane, and also a whole range of images of Nicolas Cage. All of these images together serve as the AI's training data. You don't even have to manually download the images one by one. The app has an automatic script that downloads all of the images at once for you. The second step is to get rid of the parts of the images that we don't want, like objects in the scene. When this is done, it's easier for face detection. The third step is just to let the AI do its magic. A neural network model gets to work learning how to recreate a given face from the images it has. Here's a snapshot example from within FakeApp. The first 6 columns show face A being transformed into face B and vice versa in the last 6 columns. Within each group of 3 images, the leftmost is the original image, the middle image is the model trying to redraw the original image, and the rightmost is the predicted transformation. The network then outputs a score detailing the amount of error there is within the transformations. When the score is sufficiently low, congratulations, you have a good quality deepfake. Now it's possible to map one face onto another face in real-time video using just images. A video is just a collection of rapidly changing images at around 24 to 30 times a second, so this makes sense when you think about it. Technology like this cuts down the cost and effort by many orders of magnitude, putting powerful tools in the hands of the everyday person. But what about the negatives? Unsurprisingly, there's been a lot of fake adult content created, where existing porn scenes have celebrity faces imposed. All you need to do is find an actress with a similar build, and then most of the work is done for you by the algorithms. The adult sector was one of the biggest driving forces behind the recent surge of fake videos. However, arguably the biggest danger we face is in politics. Politicians are on camera a lot, often in quite a fixed position, like standing at a podium or sitting for an interview. This makes them incredibly easy subjects for deepfakes. All you need to do is record any actor making the facial movements you want, and then you could map these onto a politician, altering the way they react or even what they say. And you might be thinking, so you'd still need a really good impersonator to match the voice well. Well, not for long. At an Adobe conference in 2016, Zihu Jin introduced Voco. This tool was basically Photoshop for audio. It uses a learning algorithm to analyze the speech patterns and convert it into text. With just 40 minutes of speech, it will have examples of almost every sound of that voice in that language. So to recreate the new vocal audio, all you need to do is type.
It's actually easy. We can just type the word dogs here. And
I kissed my wife and my dogs. Whoa!
Here's more. We can actually type something that's not here. So let's remove the word my here and just type the word Jordan.
And I kissed Jordan and my dogs.
We're not just going to do with words. We can actually type small phrases. So let's say, okay, so we remove those words and we do 3 times.
Oh!
And play back.
And I kissed Jordan 3 times.
Recently, researchers at the University of Washington managed to convincingly make Obama say anything. Their AI managed to actually specifically learn how Obama's mouth moved.
The heart of our method is a recurrent neural network that transforms input audio to a time-varying mouth shape.
Now, most of us don't get our healthcare through the marketplace. We get it through our job, or through Medicare or Medicaid.
Then, we synthesize mouth texture.
And what you should know is that, thanks to the Affordable Care Act, your coverage is better today than it was before.
Next, we enhance details in teeth.
Now have free preventive care. There are no more annual or lifetime limits on essential health care.
Finally, we blend the mouth texture onto a retimed target video and match the pose.
Women can get free checkups, and you can't get charged more just for being a woman. Young people can stay on a parent's plan until they turn 26, and the infrastructure that creates good new jobs. Not to mention the job training that helps folks earn new skills.
We can even create an Obama video from voice impressionists.
Here we go. President Barack Obama. When you giving a speech, make sure you use a lot of pauses and speak in a very weird timbre. Up and down and up.
So thinking about it, if you can make a politician say anything you want, think about the impact that this could have. So in a broader sense, if these videos become commonplace, perhaps it could give some ground for politicians to actually deny something that they actually said. And then it becomes a question of how do you even trust any evidence given? And this leads us to our final question. How do you prove that a video is real? It's extremely difficult. If you can get a fake video in the raw format that it was uploaded in, there are telltale signs that you can find. Every digital recording device has its own unique algorithms that decide what information is kept. You can't store every pixel of every frame, it's just too much data. So cameras batch little groups together if they're very close in color, for example. And this acts as a sort of fingerprint for the camera model, so an expert will be able to tell where this has been altered. But the thing is, once this video has been uploaded and downloaded a few times, it's hard enough to find in the first place, but it'll be almost impossible once it's traveled around the internet. Sometimes there'll be telltale glitches when a face moves in a slightly strange way, or if 3D mask doesn't exactly match up with the movements of the head. But the software will keep getting better, making mistakes harder to find. So, is there any hope? Well yes, there's a couple of things that may save us in the future. For example, we can rely on AI to fight AI. That is, an AI that's specifically been built to detect fakes. Let's walk through this idea. If an AI is given a training set of fake and real videos and is told which ones are fake and which ones are real, perhaps after enough training, it'll be able to tell fake videos with better accuracy than we can. Another solution could be verified videos stored in a blockchain so that they can't be altered, and also, we'll know that they're real when they're taken from a particular block in the blockchain. So that's kind of where we stand right now. With great power comes great responsibility. And deepfakes has a highly positive side, but as you can see there's a negative side as well. So I'm going to pass the question on to you guys. What are your thoughts on deepfakes? Let me know in the comment section below. And I can kind of see the maturity level of the comment section dropping already. But anyway, this has been Dagogo, you've been watching Cold Fusion. If you've just stumbled across this channel, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you again soon for the next video. Cheers guys, have a good one.
Cold Fusion. It's new thinking.